US President Donald Trump has again warned Iran he will launch an attack if Tehran doesn't make a deal. In a social media post, Trump said a massive armada is heading to Iran.
Hello.
New bombshell revelation from the Epstein files dropped today that everyone needs to know about. It's just too crazy to ignore. For context, we have to start with this Truth Social post Trump made this morning saying he's announcing that Kevin Warsh will be...
Had there been no American sanctions, there would be no protest today.
But what about the appalling human rights record of this Iranian regime?
Why are so many people outside the U.S., like me and many others, weighing in on American politics? This is all over my comments and also in my DMs. Why are you talking about American politics? I don't know if you've noticed, Americans, but your president is talking about invading Canada. Like right now, in the Pentagon and in the administration, there are real...
Okay guys, can we talk about the major news?
តាមការពិតទៅតកាខ្ញុំគាត់មានសង្សារតាំងពីខ្ញុំចូលមកមួយទីស័យចង់បានប្តីនៅមើលធ្វើសួរមកទីស័យមែននារីរឹងមាំឯណានារីរឹងក្បាល
The situation of Iran is extremely tense. If the United States attacks Iran, Iran will respond by raining missiles on all American bases.
President Trump miscalculated this time. He believed that after abducting Venezuelan President Maduro and seizing...
Yes, we are in favor of a deal, but a fair and balanced deal. The problem is when Americans, the current administration...
Well, it's very important to understand that this is Israel and the United States working together. Number one, to topple the regime in Tehran, and number two, to break the country apart, the way we, the Israelis and the Turks, broke apart Syria. And the
รัฐมนตรีของประเทศกัมพูชานี่แหละลงเฟซ
You're obsessed with Iran so much that you're supporting the killing of Palestinian children who never harmed you or any other Israeli. When was the Islamic Republic of Iran founded?
1979.
When was Gaza occupied by Israel?
19... Well, the very
67.
first time. 67, yes.
So, can we do the maths together? 12 years before the Islamic Republic of Iran existed, Israel was oppressing, occupying, dispossessing the people of Gaza. So your argument makes no sense.
Were there any terrorist organizations at the time?
The PLO was considered a terrorist organization by the entire Western world.
All right, so was Hamas there?
Hamas did not exist till the 1980s.
Exactly. My point is, after the Islamic Republic came...
But what I care about is the American people. And
now Trump seems to have crossed all red lines. Here's what reports say. Trump officials met with Canadian separatists. It's a group called the Alberta Prosperity Project.
It's been reported that Donald Trump is trying to create a new UN, and this hasn't made it into the rest of Western media right now because Haaretz, a left-leaning...
After a record run, gold prices have fallen, stocks are sliding, and investors are nervous.
We are less than 10 months from the midterm elections.
Donald Trump has said an armada of warships on the way to the Persian Gulf. So is he about to attack Iran again? Or is he going to make a deal with the Ayatollahs? This is what he said during the recent massive protest there.
That if they start killing people like they have in the past, we will get involved. We'll be hitting them very hard. Again, I tell the Iranian leaders, you better not start shooting because...
នៅស្មៃឥឡូវគេថាលុយអត់សំខាន់ទេមិនមែនលុយធ្វើឲ្យបានទាំងអស់ទេណាលុយគឺមិនមែនជាអាទិទេពទេអញ្ចឹងណាបាទកន្លែងហ្នឹងត្រូវ 100% ត្រូវខ្ញុំគ្រប់ត្រប៉ុន្តែអ្វីទាំងអស់គឺត្រូវការលុយទៅតែងទៅធ្វើទាំងអស់ 99% 1% ទៀតតែយកលុយច្រើនជាងនឹងទៀតយកទៅធ្វើអាហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងណាហ្នឹងរ៉ាមកលុយអត់សំខាន់នេះអញ្ចឹងណាលុយគឺអត់សំខាន់
baby lovely ball inside to Ray
សួស្តីបងប្អូនខ្ញុំចង់ឲ្យបងប្អូនទាំងអស់ជួយស្ដាប់ហើយផ្ញើសារនេះទៅដល់ជនជាតិថៃទាំងអស់ចានេះគឺជាគំរូមួយដែលប្រជាជនថៃគួរតែយកគំរូតាមក្មេងស្រី high school ម្នាក់នេះ
Hello, my name is Natia. You probably know me from all my Thai history videos, but this video is going to be a little bit different because history bleeds into the present and history is always political. I want to make it very, very clear that this video is not about me
Homeland Security officials now say that the two federal agents who fired shots in the death of U.S. citizen Alex Preddy have been on administrative leave since it.
President Trump has said a massive armada, as he described it, is moving quickly towards Iran and that time is running out. Is time running out? Do you think President Trump is...
Who really controls Iran's economy?
Ro Khanna stated.
Who really controls Iran's economy? And how are the latest protests testing that power? Iran's economy is tightly interwoven with the political elite. Above all, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. The IRGC controls large areas of economy.
Ro Khanna stated Trump's name is present 13,000 times in the Epstein files. That has been something that has come to light. I think we know that both men had a relationship together. I think there are a lot of powerful people that had relationships with Jeffrey, and of course, it doesn't mean that they are guilty of abusing children. But I do feel, though, with all the files coming out, and the reason we don't want these men redacted is because there does need to be an investigation to decide whether these men were actively abusing women or if they were just friends of Jeffrey. That's the whole point of an investigation. It's not our job to investigate these men. It's the DOJ's job. It's this administration's job. And it's so infuriating that he could sit here in a press conference and act like the DOJ is no accountable. You know, they're going by the book. They're doing the best they can. You're wrong. We're doing the best we can during this circus. Ro Khanna stated Trump's name is present 13,000 times in the Epstein files. That has been something that has come to light. I think we know that both men had a relationship together. I think there are a lot of powerful people that had relationships with Jeffrey, and of course, it doesn't mean that they are guilty of abusing children. But I do feel, though, with all the files coming out, and the reason we don't want these men redacted is because there does need to be an investigation to decide whether these men were actively abusing.
What was released today has some serious... We don't know how many people were killed. There are estimates, not the government themselves say over 3,000 human rights groups, Iranian human rights groups, opposition groups say a minimum of 5,000. There are now estimates we're seeing. Time magazine ran with a 30,000 dead, with a lot of people question what's the source for that. It's very hard to make sense of what's happening. There's an internet blackout, there's no foreign media.
This is a picture of the globe.
There's something very confusing to me about threatening to use force against Iran. Months ago,
A very advanced American aircraft carrier is currently positioned in the sea near Iran. Close to this aircraft carrier, a seemingly ordinary cargo ship is passing by. The aircraft carrier does not see this cargo ship as a threat. Suddenly, missiles are launched from containers placed on the cargo ship, flying directly toward the American aircraft carrier. Most of these missiles are intercepted by the United States, but a few managed to cause minor damage to the aircraft carrier. This is not a story. It is part of Iran's secret strategy. Iran does not need large and advanced naval ships like the United States. Instead, Iran is preparing to respond in a very different way. That strategy is to enter the busy shipping lane.
Breaking news. The U.S. Navy just moved its carrier strike group, but something doesn't add up. Everyone thought the deployment was aimed at Iran, but the latest satellite data shows a different picture. The Nimitz-class carrier group has changed course twice in 48 hours. Instead of heading deeper into the Gulf, it's veering toward the Arabian Sea and maybe beyond. So what's going on? Some insiders suggest this isn't about Tehran at all. Whispers in D.C. hint at rising tensions in the Indo-Pacific. Could this be a preemptive shift toward Taiwan or the...
London is now 30. Birmingham is 43% white. Manchester.
Our double standards as well have been used against us. An argument when the US-Israeli strikes killed Iranian civilians.
Stop. Did you not see all these people standing? Don't go anywhere yet.
Hey, Joe from Georgia. So the first results are in these.
Did y'all hear what Melanie Stansbury found in the Epstein file?
What is the relevance of the World Trade Organization at a time when Donald Trump comes?
Oh boy, here we go. Dr. Stephen Greer is calling out Disclosure Day movie from saying that maybe Steven Spielberg is being gaslit by,
So there is a very good chance that everything Donald Trump has done regarding trade
I'm going to visit Japan first before I move there to see if I like it. It doesn't work. I'm the Shogun of North, an American living in Japan for the past 6 years, sharing my life and experiences with you guys so you can learn a little bit more about Japan. So visiting Japan versus living in Japan. So when you're a visitor, Japan is like a magical wonderland. The food is going to hit every single time. The sushi, the ramen, the trains are exciting.
When you look, Japan is an amazing country in many ways, but the internet version of Japan is highly curated. Highly curated. Daily life can be extremely rigid. They ain't bending, they ain't folding.
This is the real life of Japan.
3 things in Japan that
outside of Japan, no one talks of.
Japan is not happy. Many people see Japan as one of the safest, cleanest, and most organized countries in the world. But according to the recent surveys, it is one of the least happy among developed nations. Among Japanese respondents who said they were not happy, the most common reason was their economic situation. Over 64% of people think the situation is getting worse. The second most frequent reason was the meaning of their life, cited by 27%. What stood out for Japan was the low level of satisfaction with quality of life. Only 13% of Japanese respondents answered that their current quality of life is good. Conversely, the most
Why Japanese houses are so cheap now?
Japan is the worst country to live in as a foreigner. You arrive thinking, I will work in English, make a list of to-go places, have a dream life here. Then reality hits. You deal.
Hello. Viewers are asking me, especially those who have retired.
In Japan, schools don't have janitors. No one comes after school to sweep the floor or take out the trash.
Japan can be
ពីដំបូងឡើយពេលខ្ញុំមកដល់ជប៉ុនណាខ្ញុំគិតថាបែបសបោឡានសបោម៉ូតូព្រោះស្រុកនេះគឺជាអ្នកផលិតឡានម៉ូតូដែលនាំចេញទៅទូទាំងពិភពលោកហើយនឹងក៏ល្បីឈ្មោះមួយដែរប៉ុន្តែដល់ពេលជាក់ស្ដែងមកដល់ប្រជាពលរដ្ឋនៅហ្នឹងគេអត់សូវនិយមក្នុងការប្រើប្រាស់មធ្យោបាយ
Japan are stupid people. Even walking in Japan is so organized. Check this out. People from the right going to the station, people to the left leaving the station.
Even if you're thinking about moving to Japan full time, you should probably not. I wish I would have known this before I committed. It's too late for me now, but it's not too late for you.
Multiple explosions across Iran as 5 are dead and 14 are injured. 4 total explosions, 2 airport cities.
We got some breaking fucking news as Iran have been hit by 2 explosions. 5 people are killed.
Consequences. He won't say exactly when, but the message couldn't be clearer. Sign or we strike. And when asked about Iran's Supreme Leader Advisor fired back within hours, we already know your entire attack plan and we will strike in real time the moment you move. But here's what's actually happening on the ground. In just 8 days, the U.S. has moved 42 heavy transport planes into the Middle East. Satellite imaging. Right now, 50,000 U.S. troops are put.
How could Iran hit back if the US does launch military strikes against it? First, they could strike back with their own military. Iran is still believed to be...
Iran's foreign minister... The conflict in Iran is something very confusing to me about threatening to use force against Iran.
Trump will attack Iran shortly.
So what could happen if the US does attack Iran? Here are 7 possible scenarios. 1, the regime collapses, and after a short period, there is an eventual transition to democracy. That's the best possible outcome.
You have 9 days before Donald Trump strikes Iran, starting World War III and creating millionaires overnight. And we're getting more and more signs that a U.S. strike on Iran could be happening potentially even this weekend. And one of those signs from just today comes from flight radar, in which this popped up. Yes, it's an Airbus A321. Nothing crazy about that, but look at the name up there, Iran 07. This aircraft.
Iran is claiming it's fought.
John, good afternoon. Iran's supreme leader made an address on Saturday that was broadcast across state-controlled media. He admitted that thousands of people were killed during the demonstrations as the audience there chanted.
Everybody's talking about airstrikes in Iran, but they're missing the point. Welcome back to the Under Report. My name is Eric Zuleger. I talk about geopolitics without freaking out, and today I'm going to tell you why air power is not enough in Iran. First reason is that air power can't occupy territory by definition. If you want regime change, you actually have to hold the territory and not just blow stuff up from the air. Also, air campaigns fail unless they threaten the core interests of the regime. We can look at the history of either Iraq or Kosovo to show that without an auxiliary force on the ground, really you're just doing damage, but you're not taking out the core leadership. Also, it's damn near impossible to take out the core leadership or major infrastructure in Iran because it's huge and full of mountains. Also,
As the United States, Iran has released visuals detailing how
So we had a brief moment in time to cause. So there is a very good chance that everything Donald Trump has.
Well, this.
So there is a very good chance that everything Donald Trump has done.
Well, the 90 fighter jets. There are 5.
So there.
Well. And the aircraft carrier.
The American government owes 38.
នៅក្នុងប្រទេស MOU 43 ធ្វើយ៉ាងណាឲ្យស្របតាមផ្លូវច្បាប់និងធ្វើយ៉ាងណាទីប្រទេសខ្មែរយើងនឹងឲ្យព្រមទទួលក្នុងការលុបបំ
Why do some people not feel lonely? Even
I can tell you right now with full certainty.
Red or brown គឺថាអាមេរិកគម្រោងវាយរងនៅក្នុងថ្ងៃអាទិត្យនេះហើយបងប្អូនអញ្ចឹងចាំមើលទាំងអស់គ្នាហើយបងយុគ26ប៉ុន្តែអាផ្នែកចាប់ឡើងខ្លះហើយកំពុងតែមានគម្រោងនៅស្រុកគ្នាខ្ញុំចង់បង្ហាញមួយថារបៀបចេះរបៀបថាស្អាតទៅរូបប៉ុន្តែសៀតកើតនេះ
It's Donald Trump.
Why do people
¿Qué tal, connacionales? Les saluda el licenciado Enrique Hernández, abogado de México en los Estados Unidos.
This is something I think about every day, so now you have to. Every day.
Human surveillance is way more common than tech surveillance, and
أهلا وسهلا من افتتاح
และนี่นะคะสหรัฐอเมริกาនឹងប្រទេសអ៊ីស្រាអែលគឺថាសហរដ្ឋអាមេរិកគឺ
រហងៃហ្នឹងស្រួលរមើលមិន
នេះកន្លែង stop 2004នេះបើសិនតែយើងមកប្រជើងយើងត្រូវបត់ស្ដាំបានប៉ុន្តែមូលហេតុអីបានបត់ទៅស្ដាំទៅបលិចចាប់បានខំបងប្អូនជួយ
While the world watches U.S. warships move toward Iran, the real battle may be happening for Iran, and F-15 fighter jets remain on standby. Many believe this crisis is not just about missiles or military power. It's about pressure, economic, political, and strategic.
Here's something the media is definitely not going to show you. New video of Alex Preddy, the guy who was photoshopped by the media.
ចឹងមិនថាពេលខ្លះគៀវកងយូឃើញវីដេអូលោកតានិយាយពីការចិញ្ចឹមកូនហើយឲ្យកូនវិនិយោគតែលើផ្ទះសម្បែងចុះមាន